Speaking of that, what do you think the responsibility level should be of a man living on the down low?
Well, I think that the responsibility level, if I were to assign percentages, um, I would actually give 55% the responsibility to the woman and 45% of the responsibility to the man. Let me tell you why, right?
Tonight, I have a special guest. All of this sexiness sitting right beside me on this podcast. This is Mr. Robot. Let me just get right into it and introduce him. He hails us from Washington, D.C. He loves to travel. He meditates daily. He has served 6 years in the Marine Corps and is a part of the 40 and over club. Okay. So he grown, y'all. He's certified, all right?
Yeah.
He is currently in a long distance relationship, and make no error, he says he loves the person that he's in a relationship with, okay? And he currently has no children. So, Mr. Robot, thank you so much for being willing to come on Damn Shame Podcast.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. How you doing tonight?
Oh, hey y'all, hey, it's your girl KiKi, and this is the Damn Shame Podcast. So look, tonight's concoction, y'all, we let Mr. Robot name this concoction, and he said he's calling it Hush Teeny, okay? Like a martini, it's a hush teeny. Shh. He got a lot of shit to say, okay? We got a lot of shit to talk about, so shh. It's a hush teeny, all right? Yes. Mm. Y'all, the ebook is out. The Damn Shame Podcast ebook is out on the rocks. Make sure that you go on Amazon.com. We'll talk about that a little later. So look, we're getting ready to get into this main event. You all have seen the promo. If you haven't, heck, I got the real thing right here in front of me tonight. So I have been wanting to do this show for a long time now, okay? And tonight I have found the right person that's going to give us everything we need to know, okay? Because have read and heard about men and women living secret lives. Okay, let's be honest. We all heard that. So this episode, we're going to uncover these secret lives of the men. And this topic is so near and dear to me because and a lot of, let me tell you, a few of my sisters have slid in my DM like, yo, KiKi, what's up? I mean, where are the men? You know, they say where the men reside, not where the money reside. You know, because most of us, we got a little coin stashed away. You know, so where the good men reside. And so me being a single woman, I'm like, okay, you know, I side-eye motherfucker with the quickness, you know, you sniffle wrong. Bitch, what's going on with you? Okay, that's just me. But I thought that it was so appropriate to have Mr. Robot on just to kind of talk about and explore some of the conversations that a lot of people are not willing to have. And let me just say this, Mr. Robot, just to begin with. Mm-hmm. I am not very well versed in all of the terminology, all of the you know, things that the protocol, if you will, if there is one, the do's and don'ts, if you will, of the gay community, the lesbian, the LGBTQ,
right?
You know what the fuck I'm talking about, okay? I'm not. I'll apologize in advance because there is some level of ignorance there for me, and I'm sure some of the damn shamers that are here tonight. So as I begin to ask you questions and we navigate through this discussion, certainly be like, nah, bitch, wait a minute. You know, you won't offend me. You understand what I'm saying? Because we've already had this pre-discussion and the chemistry is just already there. And I feel like I'm free enough and comfortable enough with you to have this candid, uncensored adult conversation with you.
Let's do it.
Hey, ow, ow. Shit, before we do it, what we doing? What are we talking about? What's up with the damn shamers in these comments?
Damn shame. The love is just going in all directions. We wishing producer life a happy birthday. Many, many happy birthdays. Birthday.
All right, producer lady.
And the love for Mr. Robot, his besties, Ebony and Ivory, are in the comments. And everybody is loving up on how beautiful you are, Miss KiKi, and how Mr. Robot is.
Hey, don't we make a good couple? Come on, Mr. Robot. Oh,
I feel like I should have bought flowers or something. You look good, KiKi. Shoot.
Thank you.
Candy or something. Shoot. I'm sorry.
It's not too late.
Mr. Robot is on fire.
Oh, shit.
MJ said.
Oh, shit. Okay. And they say your head caught on fire.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's that shea butter coming through, right?
Good old shea butter. And a little water, you know.
Hey,
Add a little water.
That's all right. That's all right. So look, let's get right into it.
Do it.
Living a life as a gay man can be hard, right?
Absolutely.
Exceptionally hard for a gay Black man.
Absolutely.
Do you find that in today's time it's easier or more acceptable? Let's talk about it.
So I don't openly use the word gay to describe myself. I don't have a problem admitting that I am attracted to men. I love men. But I think using some of those terms sort of invites people into my bedroom. You are not invited into my bedroom until I say you invited into my bedroom. That's the first thing. But I must say, I applaud the generation that's coming up now. I think the generation that's coming up now is making it a lot easier to have conversations about. And I think that it's also, the generation that's coming up now is also sort of dispelling some of the preconceived notions about people that consider themselves gay and lesbian and bisexual, you know. So it's really an exciting time for people to just be themselves and live out their truth and feel good about it. So I think we're heading in the right direction. But I must say the Black culture is still the Black culture. You know, we tend to stick to what we know and what we've been taught. So you know, I'm here to sort of open some eyes and hopefully shed some light on this topic.
Absolutely. So you say that you don't identify as gay, but you love men. So, and that would be inviting into your bedroom.
Right.
So if someone comes to you, you know, I think about, they say, well, what are your pronouns? Like, what do you know, how do you approach this discussion? I mean, I hear the term pansexual, or, you know, yeah, just tell me what.
Let me just be perfectly honest with you. Some of these new pronouns I have not even been able to keep up with myself, to be honest.
Okay.
I just haven't. I mean, it's a lot of them, and I am even, you know, having some challenges remembering them and calling people what they want to be called. But I think that the first thing is that we should all just generally have a mutual respect for people and their differences. I mean, that's just the bottom line. That's the basis of any interaction that you're going to have with someone. The second thing is, you know, while I identify with the fact that I am attracted to men, I ultimately, the person that I'm with now, I ultimately want to marry, and I love him.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Motherfucking wedding. You make sure KiKi get an invitation.
Sure, come on, please. I would
Okay, she give nice gifts.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. KiKi gives nice gifts.
Hell yeah.
You know, and it's I just think that sometimes these titles they only really make it easier for other people to say that they are not. And I choose to, you know, if I choose to share with you that I am in a relationship with a man, then I choose to share that. But I don't feel the need to really have people completely examine my love life and what I do sexually. It's nobody's business, you know.
Mhm.
At the same time, if it's on a need to know basis, if we get to a point where things is get ready to happen and I need to share something with you, I don't have a problem doing that. So that's just I live my life for me.
Okay.
Nobody else.
So in your experience, the men who do identify as gay, and for the sake of tonight, you know, we'll just say, you are not a heterosexual man. So, you know, in my I'm gay.
I
And that's not to demean, you know, where you are and what you identify as. You know, I just don't know no other way to really say it. You know what I mean? An alternative lifestyle, is that the approach? Because we need to educate the damn shamers on what is the right thing to say.
Well, to be honest with you, when someone has shared with you that they you know, they enjoy sex or they enjoy relationships with the same sex, I don't think there's anything wrong with really asking, you know, what do you like to be called? How do you describe it? You know, do you consider yourself gay, bisexual, lesbian? Like, I don't think there's a problem with it. I mean, I personally like to stay away from the titles and the labels. It's just something that I've never really felt like anybody. I don't need to put a title on what I do. I mean, I don't get paid for it. I don't get nobody's cutting me a check for saying I'm gay or I'm bisexual. I ain't got a check in the mail. I've been out since for 3 years.
You get a point.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
It's you know.
So for gay men, do you think that their masculinity is always challenged? Is that something that they face, a plight that they have?
I think that I think that throughout the course of any gay person or lesbian or transgender or bisexual person, I think that there are going to be opportunities and situations throughout their life where their sexuality is challenged, just in general. I will say that in my personal experience, some of my most challenging, and I would say most conversational opportunities has really been with women. Because and I don't know if this is nervous energy or what it is, but it's like, you know, you get to a point in the conversation and they start saying girl and bitch and this and then I'm like, I'm not your girl, I'm not your bitch, I'm a man. That's it. And I think it's a little bit of nervous energy. I think it's just, you know, and I think it's a little bit of nervous energy. You know, you probably looked at me and probably imagined sitting on my face at some point or something like that. So maybe that's something that you had on your mind at the time. And then now it's like, how do I establish a level of transparency with this person who's really just a cool guy and we're just going to be friends? And I think that they get a little nervous and it kind of slips out. I get it. Yes, that's how you don't normally talk to your homegirls and y'all converse and that sort of thing.
I have some straight homeboys, and I'll be so heavy into the conversation. And he did that, and girls, and I'll be like, oh, wait, because I'm just that comfortable with. Oh, my bad. You know, they're like, no, it's cool. You know.
Absolutely, it's something that I think that it's something that I've gotten used to it over the years. But you know, I'm still a man. I don't know how to. I don't say girl or bitch. I don't know how to install a weave. But you know what I mean. Like I don't know any of that stuff. I'm still very much a man. And it's okay to be friends with someone who has, you know, that likes the same sex, and you can have a platonic. I have a lot of homegirls that we're just friends. We hang out. We have some very deep conversations. I've seen their boobies. I mean, it's all those things. So it's.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what I've heard from family members and friends who are gay or, live an alternative lifestyle.
Right.
They are, do you think that they are that way because, or they've decided to live that type of lifestyle because they were born that way, or have they experienced some form of sexual trauma and it just so happens that they are this way?
That's a really good one. I think I think God doesn't make mistakes. That's the first and foremost thing. I think that we are all born the way that we are because of God. I have a hard time believing that anybody can be converted to gay or anything like that. I don't know anybody that would really willingly choose this lifestyle. It's difficult. It's difficult. It comes with a lot of challenges, and it comes with a lot of people having preconceived notions about you, and just discrimination, and just people's unfamiliarity with the backstory and the background of the lifestyle, and it can be challenging. And I would venture to say that there are people in this lifestyle that have had sexual trauma because of their sexuality. I hate to hear that. But I truly think that we are exactly who we are supposed to be. And I truly don't believe that anybody would willingly choose this. It can be difficult. And people misunderstand you all the time in this lifestyle. And fortunately for me, I'm a pretty strong person. I can take care of my own. I can hold my own. But I empathize with some people that aren't as outspoken, aren't as strong as I am. I empathize with those people.
So what do you say? Were you born that way, or was it some trauma that happened, or it was just a conscious decision to say, fuck it, this is what I like, this is who I am?
No, I didn't have any trauma or anything like that. I had not any sexual trauma or anything like that. I had a pretty challenging upbringing. My parents were in and out of jail and that sort of thing. So other than that, I didn't have any like sexual trauma. Nobody like touched me or anything like that. But I felt like I always fought these urges and desires. I mean, I always thought guys were attractive, and I'm like, checking them out and stuff like that. And when I got to be 21, it was, I moved to my own place, and it was on. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
so you felt this way as a child?
I was attracted to guys when I was a child. Yes, definitely. Wow. I was attracted. Okay. I think the first time I remember being attracted to a guy or thinking a guy was cute was, I may have been maybe like 6 or 7, 5 or 6. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, he was a friend of mine that lived in my neighborhood. And this guy was so cute. He had this brown eyes, and he had this like soft hair, and he was like, I had a huge crush on him.
Okay. So do you have a type?
Do I have a type? It's evolved over the years. It's evolved over the years. Do I have a type? Not really. I like physically, not really. I think other than that, I like somebody that's independent. I like somebody that can hold their own. I like somebody that can, take care. I like somebody that can change a tire. I need you to be able to change a tire. I need you to be able to, go with me in the streets if we need to handle up on somebody or something like that. Like I need somebody like that for me.
Me too. Shit.
That's what the fuck I need.
Yes, that's what the fuck I need. Okay.
I can't do no weak-minded individuals. I can't do it.
That part.
Can't do it.
Period.
And you can, and then on top, you got to be able to pay your bills. You got to be able to. Oh, this is a big thing. You got to be able to drive a car. I hate to see a guy fumbling behind the wheel of a car. Like, that is so whack to me. I hate that. You got to be able to drive. I'm a pretty good driver, so I need a guy to be confident behind the wheel of the car. That is such a huge turn off for me.
Yeah.
Drive. Yeah. Okay. Fumbling and running red lights and shit. Like, what the fuck? Let me drive. Get the fuck. Let me drive.
Driving slow and shit.
Yeah, driving all on. Yeah, slamming on brakes all quick. I hate that shit, man. So yeah. So But other than that, like my type is I just really like just independence. You know, just a considerate, thoughtful guy. I'm with somebody that's really considerate and thoughtful. We are just coming off of a really bad argument, but other than that, we worked it out. But he's really just a really thoughtful, considerate guy. He listens to me. He really just really knows what I need and when I need it. So.
Okay. So, and that's very important.
Yeah.
Now, let me just say this. Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So, the premise behind this show is that, you have dealt with in the past men who have been on the down low. Is your current relationship with a DL man?
No, it is not. Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Then, oof.
So let's talk about this.
Let's talk about
this down low brother. Okay.
Okay.
My eyes, let me just be very transparent. I feel that he's weak-minded. I feel that he cannot stand firm on a side. I feel that he is one who, I grew up where, I come from humble beginnings myself. So I feel like, you have to be intentional about the shit that you do in life, everything that you do in life. And so I came from a strong mother who worked multiple jobs to feed her family. And so, there was no wavering in her decisions that she had to make, and sometimes she made bad choices.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a single mother, there's no wavering. Sometimes I'm like, oh, should I have, gone right when and maybe I should have went left. But listen, I stand firm. I'm very intentional on every decision that I make in life. And I just don't know that it comes across when I hear stories of DL men is that they want their cake and eat it too. And that's just not how life is.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about your experience, and I want to talk about what you heard me say.
Right. So let's the first thing is this: there are DL men, and then there are cheaters, and then there are DL men who are cheaters. So I think the thing about this being gay and exploring your sexuality with the same sex, it's not easy for someone to say in this culture, in the Black culture. The Black culture can be pretty firm in their beliefs. We have pretty firm religious beliefs. We have pretty firm familial beliefs. So it's not easy for someone to say that they are having these desires, they're having these feelings, that they're attracted to men. They want to explore their sexuality with another man. And you get told that if you mess around with another man, you're going to go to hell, you're going to be disowned, you're a faggot, you're this, you're that. And you hear all of these things and it sticks with you. These things that people teach their children, it sticks with them. It never goes anywhere. So what happens when you get older and you've been told that you have to be the protector, be the provider, you have to have kids, you have to get married, you've been told all of this, but you're still fighting these feelings that you have. And what I tell you, they're pretty strong feelings. These are not feelings that you can just compartmentalize and put away and stick in a old shoebox and put on the shelf. This shit don't work like that at all. These are feelings that you have been suppressing for years and years and years. And finally you get old enough to be able to explore, beyond, where you are supposed to explore, and so you do it. I think that I hate that women are misled. I hate that men feel like that they have to mislead women. I hate that. But the fact of the matter is that it's just not quite as accepting as we would like for it to be in the Black culture. It just isn't. You know, it just is not. And while I hope that we get there someday, right now I feel like men are finding it more comfortable to just hide in the shadows, and some of them kind of do it every now and again, and they go back to their wives, and it's okay. I will say this: the other thing about it is that women have been allowed to explore their sexuality without judgment for years, many years. And I know several women who have been in relationships with women. They've hooked up with women. They've dated women, and talked about marriage and everything, and then the shit don't work out, and they back to date men again. And you never the fuck hear them say, I'm a lesbian, or I'm gay, or I'm bisexual. They never say anything like that. They've spent 2 years dating Tracy down the street, dressing alike, going to King's Dominion, looking like a 1-2 cup, and then they break up, and then 2 years later she's dating a man with kids, and she never talks about it again. Men can't do that for them. Black men can't do that. Black men can't have experiences in the past and not have to live for it for the rest of their lives. You just can't. So it's a double standard. It's a really sad double standard that I really hate, that I really dislike. But it's just not easy for men to do this. So men unfortunately have to do it in the shadows. They have to hide it.
So you say that they have to do it in the shadows, but what are they holding on to? If this is, you're saying the part of exploring, whether you want to live a bisexual life, you're saying that at that point he has to live in the shadows because it's not forgiving. But my thing is, okay, I think that it's a couple of layers to this. Okay. Layer is you walk down the aisle. So we're going to take a marriage, not even a girlfriend. Let's take a marriage. You decided that you wanted to walk down the aisle. Did you walk down the aisle as a DL man, knowing that you had this desire to sleep with both men and women? Or did you walk down the aisle saying, I'm going to have this woman, knowing that I really like men because it's more acceptable to have a wife and not, toe the line or, walk the green mile as a man who wants to be with a man?
I think what's happening to this gentleman who's walking down the aisle is he's fighting between, the fact that he has these intimate sexual desires for another man, but he also wants a family. I want a family, I want somebody to come home to and cook me dinner and iron my shirt and all the other stuff. I want kids. I want to tuck my kids in. You know what I mean? So it's really like trying to figure out, like, what's more important to me? Am I going to base my whole existence off of these experiences that I feel like I kind of only want to have like every now and again? Or am I going to have a wife and kids, something that I can look at 20, 30 years down the line and be really proud of, And it's a really hard decision to make, but at the same time, it is the reality for a lot of men. And
I desire, as a plus size woman, on days, I desire to be physically fit, a model bitch, okay?
Right.
All of this. I've been big all my life, and I think that I'm very pretty, and I have some insecure moments. By all means, don't think that I don't. But there is this desire in me that what if the fuck my waist was snatched and I didn't have my stomach and when I walk, everything shake and jiggle and this, that, and the other. But no, fuck that. I own the fact that I am here. I am who I am. I am a plus size woman.
Mhm.
And so when I hear you say statements like that, I'm like, man, nah, yeah, we desire not to eat the motherfucking French fries when we pass McDonald's every day or whatever, but some just keep calling me, and fuck it, I'm fat. That's what it is. Fuck plus size. I'm fat. That's what it is. And people will try to shame you and label you, oh, you lazy, oh, you this, you that. But bitch, I've been this. I was a fucking cheerleader like this in fucking high school. Okay, you
Right.
understand? I identify with who the fuck I am, and I walk boldly in where I am. So it angers me that people cannot say, this is who I am, and embrace it. Yeah, I want to eat these motherfucking French fries. Yes, I want to have fucking children.
Right.
Yes, I want to. But tell the bitch. Let her know.
Right. So I guess that's I hear what you're saying, but what do we say to the woman that has the same level of intimacy with another woman who decides later on down the line she gonna put that all behind her? She's now straight. She went, quote unquote, and then now she's gonna have this marital bliss with this gentleman, and now she's gonna have kids and so on and so forth.
I get it, because once a woman hears that you've had, as a man, another encounter with a man, you're forever gay.
You're forever gay.
Mm-hmm. And I get it, and that's fucked up. That's the way of the world, and I think that's all the more reason why men should say, you know what, fuck it, that's who I am.
Right.
Children. You said to me, KiKi, I want children. I'm going to marry that motherfucker. That's who I want to marry, but I still want children. I might give you that baby, okay? Y'all just don't make me pay child support.
Okay. I mean, and there's situations that are exactly that. You work out something with a homegirl or whatever, have my baby for me or whatever the situation may be. But I think, in all fairness, I don't think that DL men really think about it like that. I don't think that they think about it like exactly what I want my life to be for the rest of my life. I think that it's just sort of maybe like a momentary thing. Like, every now and again, I got a taste for a Dr. Pepper. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that they think about it in that way. You know what I mean? I think that they think about it just like a side bitch. I like this girl down the street, little shorty down the street. I'm gonna keep hitting that every now and again, but I still fuck with my wife. Is my wife. My family is my family. You know what I mean? So I don't think that it's I think that in this culture we have to stop thinking about it like an addiction or a sickness or anything like that. Like, like it's alcoholism or something like that. I promise you, hear me out, everybody, in the Damn Shame podcast.
That's right, Damn Famous. Come on.
Nobody is going to pick, if you had a red pill, the same-sex pill, or the blue pill, the heterosexual pill, I promise you, nobody is taking the fucking red pill. I promise you. Please hear me. Nobody's taking the red pill. Nobody.
I get it. It comes with a lot of headache. It comes with a lot of anxiety, things that will, if you're not careful, send you to a mental institute.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I've heard people that have actually committed suicide because of the lack of acceptance in their family. And those are really fucked up, sad. I was reading an article where a kid, he was like 11 or 12, man. And he killed himself because of the lack of acceptance in his family for who he had no choice. I mean, that story broke my heart. That a kid thought that was his only option. And as an adults, we definitely have choices. We make choices. And we don't really have to make anybody else responsible for our choices. But what I want to make sure that I reiterate is that I think that it's important that men want a family. Not all men want to be out there doing their thing. Like, not all men want that. Some men really do want their family. And it's unfortunate that they feel like they have to mislead women. I'm not making excuses for these men at all. Right. I just want I just want people to empathize with the struggle.
Yeah.
It's
I can imagine it's a struggle. I mean, me being a plus size woman,
yeah.
it's a struggle.
You look
Um,
good though.
thank you. There's an internal struggle, and then there's a struggle with society has placed on these barriers that society has placed on us. So, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
So, your experience like dealing with a man who,
Oh.
yeah, like, oh shit, you smile or what? The experience make you smile or what?
So I did several years ago. I was probably in my, oh God, I think I was like 27 or 28. I met this guy off of a website that you can meet guys off of. I don't even know if it exists anymore. But I met him off of there. He lived literally like maybe like 10 minutes from me. And I went over there. Boing.
Nice.
And I ended up staying there the evening, and it went all the way down, like all the way down. We had drinks, and I hung out there. We actually kicked it for a while, and we kicked it for a while. I was so intimidated about not only about how handsome he is, but just his aura. Like he just exuded sexuality, masculinity, like just a strong, tall guy, bald head, everything, right? So he was fine. So I had to actually, I said I had to cut him off. I'm not, you're not gonna have my head all fucked up. So I cut him off, and he was texting me and calling me and stuff like that, wanted to hang out a little bit more. And
when you first hooked up with him, did you know that he was married
well, at the time when we hooked up, he was not married, right?
Okay.
But he was in a relationship with
Mm-hmm.
a woman. He was in a relationship with a woman. And I happened to be thumbing through a magazine, and his fiance was she was in a sorority, and they had did like an article on the wedding. And so I'm like thumbing through the magazine and stuff like that. I get to the second page, it's him and the girl at the wedding, and I think they got married in like they got married somewhere in the Caribbean. I forget where. I was like, I knew he had a girlfriend, but I didn't know he actually got married. And I called him and I said, I'm looking at you and your wife in this magazine. And he said, well, what the fuck do you care? You've been ignoring me. You ain't been talking to me. I was trying to get to know. I said, well, I'm like, I didn't know you was even like, I didn't even know this was happening. Like this was getting ready to go down. He said, man, I'm on my way over there, man. We need to talk. We need to talk. And I was like, man.
Okay. You was like, okay.
I was like, no, actually at the time I was irritated. I was like, come on, man, come on. So he came over and he had like his gym bag. He dropped his gym bag on the floor, was like, can I take a shower? I was like, no, the fuck, you can't take no shower in my house. What do you want? What do you want? What are we talking about? So I'm sorry I didn't tell you, man. I was engaged. I've been engaged now for a year and a half, blah, 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 all this other stuff. And I really just want to just continue to, I just want to see you. I just want to continue to, hang out with you and stuff like that. I was like, I said, you just want to keep doing the do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it don't matter, man. We grown, we can do whatever the fuck we want to do. We can do whatever we want to do. And I said, well, and at the time I was actually really, really green about like DL guys. I had heard things about DL guys and stuff like that, but I had never really like experienced one for myself. And I said, well, how much of this does your wife know about? She was like, what? He was like, what? What the fuck make you think my wife didn't? And I said, well, I said, I don't know. I'm asking you. And he was actually genuinely offended that I had brought her up. And I said, well, I apologize. I'm just asking, like, what are you asking me to do? Like, what are you asking me? And he was out every now and again. So that went on for about 9 months.
I think we have some technical difficulty on Mr. Robot's side.
Working out at the gym or something like that. He would come over and he would bring breakfast, and we would just kind of hang out. And sometimes we would do it, but a lot of times we didn't actually. A lot of times we didn't do anything, which was really odd to me. And that goes back to my my sentiment that I don't, sometimes you just just have a desire for a man,
You ever asked him, was he having sex with his wife?
Oh, they've had, at this point, she was pregnant. At this point, she was pregnant. And I think at this point she was pregnant. And then she had another kid, maybe she had 2 kids back to back. So she kicked that one out, and then she had another one. So yeah, at the time I was
in vitro. You never talked about, are you fucking your wife and fucking Mick?
I never directly asked him the question. I just naturally assumed that they were. I never directly asked him the question. The baby looks just like him. So, I mean, I was actually stalking her Facebook page for a couple months, but anyway, that's another story. I seen all her pictures and everything. I seen all of that. But, and then it got to, so one time I ran into him at the gym, and he didn't speak to me. He didn't say anything to me, and he just walked past me. And I was just like, that wasn't really unusual, but he didn't say anything to me at all. I don't know what happened. He just didn't speak to me. And I walked out, and about maybe 20 minutes later, I got a text message, I'm on my way to your house. And I said, no, you're not. You're not coming to my house. And that was the last time I spoke to him. I haven't spoke to him since then. So this was in 2011, I think.
So what you think that was about?
I go back and forth every so often about that situation. I honestly don't know. I think maybe he might have just moved on to another guy for all I know. Like, I don't know. I really don't. But I think that he also sort of noticed the distance that I kind of created between the two of us. I mean, because the situation could only go but so far. You know what I mean? I can't develop a relationship with you. I can't call you my dude. I can't call you my boyfriend. You're not gonna move in with me. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
So I think that he kind of noticed that I was putting this barrier between the two of us, and I was trying my best to keep my emotions in check. And I actually didn't do that bad of a job, because for a while there I was like, I really like this guy, and I didn't want to, I didn't want to get too emotionally wrapped up in a situation I knew would not end well, or would not end when I wanted it to end anyway. You know what I mean?
Was he your only down low experience?
Then there were some other stragglers out there. There was some, I dated
from the same app.
Well, this guy, a couple years before that, I dated a guy. I met him on a train, actually, on the metro. And he followed me home, and he had a girlfriend. But we just kind of hung out and kicked it a couple of times, maybe like 4 or 5 times. And then there was another guy that actually he passed away maybe a couple of years ago. He passed away from cancer. But when I met him, he had just had a baby with his wife, and this was shortly after the guy that I was just telling you the story about. So I was like, I'm not involved in this shit again. Like, I ain't about to do this. So he actually was getting a divorce from his wife, and when he got a divorce from his wife, we kind of got a little more, we kind of dated a little bit more and stuff like that. But it didn't work out for other reasons. So a couple of years later, he actually passed away from cancer. So, but there have been, I've been over to people's houses, just like the one hitters out there, like where I'll go to people's marital homes and stuff like that, and we will hook up, and I would never, talk to him again. Yeah. There was a pastor one time. Oh, I forgot about the pastor. There was a pastor. Him and his wife owned a church somewhere in Northern Virginia. Him and his wife owned a church, and he would come over, because she would be at work during the day, wherever she worked at. And he would come over and hang out with me every now and again, and we would do what we had to do to go on home. Yeah.
So, what was your attraction to these men, and did you have some level of empathy for the women on the other side?
So my attraction has never been because he was married or because he was DL or anything like that. And on top of that, like I never, in most cases, I always found out after the fact. I never found out in the beginning. Nobody, 9 times out of 10, nobody normally comes out and tells you that they're married or in a relationship with a woman or anything like that. So, in my very young, immature mind, I was like thinking, shit, the damage is done. We done already hooked up. You know, shit, that's you know, that's his wife's fault for not keeping a short leash. Like that's what I was just thinking at the time, which is a really shitty way to think. I get it. But at the time, I was like, shit, she should have been keeping an eye on that nigga, you know? So he here now, let's do what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? So did I have empathy for them at the time? I mean, KiKi, I'm gonna be honest with you, probably not.
Uh-huh.
I'll be honest.
And I love your transparency, because I mean, you know, I've dated married men, and I'm like, man, fuck that, you know. In my years, I'm like, whatever. Like,
Exactly.
time for the moment, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna keep it moving. We all adults. We know what we getting ourselves into.
Exactly. And on top of that, it was always I didn't know if I knew beforehand, I probably would have been I might not have done anything with them. I've never had so I never know, but I've never had
Going in these bitches' houses, man. Now you going in these bitches' houses. Like, are you in their beds and shit?
Well, this was in the basement at the house. So we were down in the basement. We were down in the basement.
Have you ever posed as a family member, or you know, a long distance cousin, or
I have posed as a cousin before.
shut the fuck up.
I posed as a cousin before. I posed as, well, you know, you always get the homeboy thing and all this other kind of stuff, but yeah, I've done that a couple of times in my younger days. You know, but keep in mind, all of these stories that I'm telling you are like 20s, very, very early 30s.
That's fine. Ain't no judgment zone. Damn, Chance, we ain't judging.
Oh, yeah.
But they got some questions for your ass. I hear that the comments are going. It's all the way.
Questions. What you want to know, what you want to know, what you want to know.
Okay.
Come on, Nightlife.
I don't know if we got enough time for what they want to know.
What they want to know.
I mean, like, so they're one after another. So, I mean, I ask them one at a time. Like, do you like a partner that appears to talk like a female or speak like a man? And what do you think about that?
My partner does not speak like a female. I you know, nothing against effeminate guys or anything like that. That isn't anything that I'm really into. I like a masculine guy. Yeah, I mean, you know, if I want to be with a woman, I will be, and I have been, and I enjoy it very much so. So, but when I'm with a man, I want to be with a man.
I know that's right.
I love it.
All right. If someone's wife called you and asked you if you were seeing their husband, would you out them?
I would not. That's not my conversation to have. Absolutely not. I mean, I've never had that to happen. I have had guys' boyfriends to call me, and I have kindly told them, oh yeah, I've had guys, yeah. I've had them send text messages and all kinds of stuff and just the craziest things. And I'm like, go talk to your man.
That's what I tell them. Go talk to your man. What the fuck are you asking me for? Whatever he said, that's what we're going to go with, okay? Because you and I both know what it really is, all right?
Exactly. I listen, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You talk to your man about that shit. Leave me the fuck alone, get off my phone.
Yeah. I had a bitch approach me in church, like,
oh no.
Outside the church, look, is this what we doing? And what he say? I didn't know that nigga, you know. Listen, I'm from Baltimore. I don't know him.
Right. I'm not about to sit up. Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'm not about to sit up here and help you investigate. You ask your man.
You ask your man what he say. Girl, come back and tell me what he said.
Yeah, and let me know. Give me a call.
Let's report back.
Yeah, we'll swap notes. Shit, you need to. No.
So I get it. I totally get it. So there are these terms: top, bottom, versatile. Because I've been trying to do that research now. And I guess I'm a bottom bitch. I don't know what you know. So what would you identify as? Or
I identify as I do what needs to be done to satisfy my dude. That's it. That's it. That's all. I do what I got to do. I will say, and this is that. Be honest with you, that's another label that I, don't really particularly care for, because somebody will proclaim they are top all day long, but they have enough vodka in them. They'll lay on their stomach for you. I've had that happen before several times.
Okay.
But, I'm just not in the labels. I was just telling you, I enjoy sex with women every now and again. Don't make me straight. I don't use the term bisexual. So all these damn sexual labels, just get your nut. Fuck all of these labels. Stop trying to figure out what you identify. Just get your nut. Just get it. Just do it safely. Protect yourself. But get your nut. Stop worrying about labels and shit.
I'm here for it. Get your nut.
To answer your question, though, I do what needs to be done, and I do it well.
I know that's right. Ow, shit. So listen, you said do what it needs to be done, and you fuck with women, okay? Have you ever had a woman want to strap on and actually penetrate you?
Absolutely not. And no, I know where to go find that if I need to. I had a woman that actually joke about that one time. It's called pegging, actually.
Okay.
And she joked about it. I said, you ain't getting that thing nowhere near me, so you can forget it. However, I was actually amongst some really good friends of mine over the last weekend, 2 straight couples.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a very interesting conversation about the prostate gland. And they both, straight men, admitted to me that they enjoy their wives stimulating the prostate gland. And I said, really? He said, yeah, I love that shit. I love it. I said, wow. And then I'm looking, there's another gentleman. He's actually kind of quiet. So I expected him to kind of go like, you know what I mean? But he was like, I was like, what? I was like, so, it was, I've never had that to happen before at all. I know what I want from a woman. And, every now and again, I might need a little something for that. And then, that's that. But no strap-ons for me.
Okay.
Men or women, actually. So anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not at all. I ain't that kinky.
Okay. Nightlife, what we got?
Okay, so one comment said he is too controlling. Talking about Mr. Robot.
You control. They think you control it. Some of the damn shamers think you are controlling.
I mean, I am.
Have you been accused of that before?
Actually, no. Actually, I have actually been accused of being very disconnected. You know what I mean? I don't show up as much as people would like for me to show up. I'm controlling. No, I've never been, I think that the other thing though, that the really the other side of that comment is I think that in dealing with men, you have to sometimes maintain your control, because some of these, women, y'all know, niggas will run over you if you let them.
Absolutely. So speaking of that, what do you think the responsibility level should be of a man living on the down low?
Well, I think that the responsibility level, if I were to assign percentages, I would actually give 55% the responsibility to the woman and 45% of the responsibility to the man. Let me tell you why, right? Because I think if you're going to invite somebody into your bedroom, there should be enough of a dialogue that has been established or taken place for you to feel comfortable with going there with this individual. And if you don't, if you just want to wham bam, thank you, man, and you don't feel like having that conversation, you're an adult. You're entitled to not do that if you don't feel like doing that. But you have to, you should accept the consequences of whatever they are. If you find out subsequent to that he's married to a man, that he's married to a woman, or that he hooks up with men on the side, I mean, you know what I mean? I don't think that there's anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman asking about a man's sexual past. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking a man if he's had experiences with other men. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I must say though, the flip side of that is he really don't owe you an explanation about his sexual past. But your responsibility is to protect yourself no matter what. It really is. Protect yourself.
And you know what I do? I sort of kind of catfish motherfuckers, okay? You know what? I'm down for it. Yeah, I love women, and I'm okay with bisexual, this, that, and the other, because I just wanted them to be open and free to tell me, and so.
Beating.
I know it is, but they fucking misleading as well. So you understand what I'm saying? I feel like I gotta beat these motherfuckers at their game in anything that I do. Okay, so I gotta, it's like chess, not checkers. And sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely into that. And I don't care about nothing like that. And then, and I've never had anyone say, yeah, bitch, that's what I'm into,
KiKi, let me say
every time,
Let me ask you this. You meet a guy.
Like, wow, that was back then,
So you meet a guy. Let me ask you. You meet a guy. He's a dope dude. He's a dope ass dude. He's tall, chocolate, 6'4", 6'5", 225 pounds, something like that. You know what I mean? Played a little football in college,
How that thing work? Is that thing good?
It's 10.5 inches cut. What?
Oh shit.
Right? That's what we talking about, right? Nigga,
okay.
He can cook. He got his own place. He got a couple cars, right? Y'all sitting down, eating a bowl of ice cream, right? Hey, bruh, have you ever had a situation with a guy in the past? He said, yeah, KiKi. In college, I kicked it with a dude a couple times, maybe a handful of times, no more than 10.
What I'm gonna do is, because I think that I can't compete, just like I can't compete with a white woman. So, I ask him, have you ever been, you like Becky's now? Because hey, these don't lay like Becky's, okay?
Okay.
So it's the same concept for me. I know that I can't compete with another dick. I can't give him that penis. I can't give him and quell that desire that he has. Now, if he wanna, have 5 bitches, then I'm gonna be swinging from monkey bars, and we're gonna take out the sheetrock in the goddamn ceiling, because I'm gonna stand on my head to try to please this motherfucker if he is worth it. You understand what I'm saying? But I know my boundaries.
So now he's into you now. He done sent you good morning text message since day one. He into KiKi. He all about KiKi.
Now you said you listened to some of the past episodes. I don't fucking like them good morning texts. Okay.
Oh. You don't like? Okay, well let me see. He I don't know. He's
good. He's consistent. I get what you're saying.
He's attentive. He rubbing them feet. He's sucking them toes. All of that.
He rub all this.
Rubbing all of that. You mean to tell me that you are going to eliminate him because of this very, I want to call it a very isolated situation, but it's an experience. Because I have to be honest with you. I mean, I think that sexuality and fluidity, that's the word I'm looking for. I think fluidity is becoming a lot more prevalent than people may realize.
It really is.
I think that there's going to be a lot more I think that women, women are pioneers. I got to give it to y'all. Sometimes y'all be doing shit and I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for men to get on board with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But women, women have been doing this for a long time. I'd say it again. They've been doing it for a long time. been doing it for a long time. We all got a cousin or a friend or something that
Yeah,
we know
definitely.
has been eating out or eating pussy and doing this, and we don't call her a lesbian. She don't call herself a lesbian.
Yeah.
So are you really gonna give up on this wonderful man that 6'5", 220?
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I get it. I totally get it. And maybe I need to, it's conversations like this, platforms like the Damn Shame podcast, where we educate and really get the message out that it's okay to be sexually fluid.
Absolutely.
Not judge, because we don't have, none of us have a heaven or hell to put anybody in. So I totally understand. And I think that with anything, it's about preference. You know what I mean? And I hope that one day I can grow, because that might be my Boaz that God would have for me. You know, I was out there, I did this, that was back then. You know, I am a changed man, or, you know, I understand that I only want you.
Right.
And I have to grow in that area. You know, I say that I'm still a child in so many in so many areas. You know what I mean? So
because you said a changed man. I want to make sure that I point this out to you. He might not necessarily be a changed man. When a man marries a woman, it don't mean that he's not attracted to other women. Okay. But the fact of the matter is he has decided to be committed to KiKi, and he loves her. He loves everything about her. And even though he's going to look at guys and find them attractive, he might look at other women and find them attractive. That doesn't mean that he can't love you the way that you want to be loved and the way that you need to be loved, because of a couple of one-offs back in the day. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm gonna say about the love thing? The love to me, you know, people love puppies. People love peanut butter and jelly sandwich. People love popsicles. The love part is easy. It is, are you going to be fully committed to having a relationship, monogamous relationship that I desire with me? Love is easy. We love everything.
Okay.
That's the easy part. I've been married. I'm married out of love. No, out of that other shit that you talked about earlier. You know, are they masculine? Do they know how to change a tire? Can they drive? Can they pay bills? You understand what I'm saying? That's where, because that part is easy. You can go to love anything.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with that. And I hope that I can grow. But Nightlife is saying that the damn shamers are in these comments.
What I got? Come on, damn shamers. Come on.
Huh?
I said, what they got? I'm ready.
Okay. It says, how come men are so cool when they find out their partner slept or hooked up with 4 of their friends and everyone can get along so well? Just note that, but the women ain't going for that. It's the girl code.
Is there a bro code in this gay or alternative lifestyle community?
Oh, I see what you, no. I mean, there is. Oh my God, that's some good questions. There is. I've had several experiences several situations where, you know, somebody might have dated somebody a year ago, and then now, you know, they're interested in me, and we might not even know that we hooked up with the same person. You know, the Black gay culture is a very sexually charged culture. We can really have as much sex as we want. Ain't nobody gonna get pregnant. You know what I mean? As long as we protect ourselves, we can do it. I think that there are many, many instances where people throw out the bro code. So I don't, you know, I don't know. Gay men are not much different than straight men. We think with our penises sometimes. We really, really do. So yeah, it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but I will say for me, I don't need anybody else's leftovers. I can get my own. So
I love it. It was discussed on a previous show about a woman being okay with having sexual relationships with an honest and open bisexual man.
Yes.
Having to be extra careful, because she had this experience with a bisexual man who was open and honest with her. What are your thoughts around that?
That is exactly what the problem is for me. I'll tell you a really quick story. My aunt, when I was about maybe 8 or 10 years old, 8, 9, 10, something like that, my aunt found out that she was HIV positive. And I remember coming home from school, and at the time I was raised with my grandmother, so she was living with me and my grandmother at the time. And I came home and the house was a wreck. The one thing I know with my grandmother's house, her house ain't never a wreck. So I'm like trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. And she said, man, he gave me that gay disease, man. He can't believe this shit. He gave me that gay disease, man. He a fag, he this. And I'm just like, and a couple of days later, my grandmother had taken me out for breakfast, and she said, your aunt, she has that disease, that HIV, and I just want you to be careful. You can't eat after her. Make sure you always wash your dishes and don't use the same utensils and this and that. And she said, and if you grow up to be gay, the same thing can happen to you. So, be careful. And that stuck with me. That stuck with me all of my life. I remember when I was first hanging out with guys, I would come home and I would kiss guys. I would never do oral or anything like this until maybe several years later. But I would come home and I would shower and I would rinse my mouth with Listerine and all this other stuff because I wanted to wash HIV away. So that thinking still exists with, for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, but unfortunately, it still exists with a lot of Black women for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Black women make up 57% of new HIV cases in the United States. They make up the largest part of new HIV cases in the United States. So it was really unfortunate that this young lady thought that, a bisexual man, because a man was bisexual and he had been with other men, that she had to take extra precautions to protect herself. You should be protecting yourself all the time. Okay, I'm telling you right now, because there's no gay version of HIV. There's no straight version of HIV. HIV is HIV. Okay, and unfortunately, it ain't got that disease. Don't have no name on it, and anybody is susceptible to it. If you are having unprotected sex or if you are using dirty needles, you are susceptible to it, unfortunately. So I really want women to know that, while you want to, have ownership over your sexuality, you are still responsible for your health as well. And precautions should be taken for anybody that you're with. I ain't got no problem when I ain't got no problem telling them to do, hey, we gotta go to the clinic, get a little one up, go to this place, get you a test, take 15 minutes, we'll know the results. We can go home and have a good time afterwards. But this test need to be done first.
Okay.
And then the other thing about it is, and what really puzzles me is that Black women don't know about PrEP. They don't know that you can take a medication that can keep you, it's a daily medication that I take, that will keep that it reduces your chances of contracting HIV by nearly 99%. And for whatever reason, I don't know why gynecologists are not telling women about this. Like none of my homegirls, whenever I bring it up to my homegirls, they don't know, they've never even heard of it. I'm like, yeah, I take PrEP. They say, oh, do you have HIV? I said, no, I'm not HIV positive, but I take this medication because it reduces my chances of contracting HIV by nearly 99%. And the other shit ain't got nothing to do with the other stuff. So all the other stuff, it's still full range. You still get that other stuff. But I would implore this young lady to protect herself with everybody. I'm telling you right now, there are people that you have no idea. It don't look like nothing. It don't smell like nothing. It don't taste like nothing. You should be protecting yourself at all times. In addition to that, the medication that's out now is really advanced, and you can actually have sex with someone who is HIV positive and not get it because their immune system, the virus is so suppressed in their body that they cannot transmit it to you. So they also have reduced the chances of people with HIV transmitted to somebody by nearly 99% as well.
So are the people who have HIV, are they taking the PrEP, or the people who don't have HIV are taking the
People
PrEP?
that have never tested positive for HIV are the ones who, so you can only take it if you have never tested positive for HIV. If you have tested positive for HIV, they put you on some other medications. But anybody, women can take PrEP, and it will protect them it will reduce their chance by nearly 99%. And I have no idea why there are not more marketing out there I have no fucking clue. It makes me so mad that women don't know about this medication that's out there. The doctor can prescribe it to you, your gynecologist can prescribe it to you. All you have to do is get an HIV test. Then I think you have to, the way that it's done is you have to have an HIV test, and then 3 months later you have to have another HIV test. And once that one comes back negative, then he can prescribe it to you. So that is exactly the thinking that is unfortunately keeping this stigma on BL men and gay and bisexual Black men, is that, you know, that's where AIDS and HIV came from. And unfortunately, you know, that's not the case anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I implore everybody that's listening to look into
Yeah,
PrEP.
I didn't know about it until I was doing my research for this show. And I was like, wow, PrEP. And then there's something else that's out there as well that you can take.
Well, there are 2 kinds of medications. One is called Truvada, and one is called Descovy. From my understanding is Descovy has not been tested in women that were assigned female at birth. So I don't know if that one is going to work, but for women, but Truvada does. Women can take Truvada, and yeah, that's you know, it keeps you from getting HIV.
So I have a question.
Sure.
So, because I just want to make sure I'm understanding correctly. So, what I think I hear you saying is that it's really up to everybody, no matter what type of relationship you're in, to protect yourself.
Absolutely.
I guess my question would be, if you feel like you're in a committed relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where, and it could be husband and wife, it could be, you've actually literally gotten married, or you're in this committed. We decide that we're going to commit, but you're dealing with someone who has not been open with the fact that every now and then, it might not be every week, it might not be every month, but every now and then they might want to dibble and dabble in, in their attraction to the same sex.
Right.
How do you, are you still suggesting that you because you don't know if people are lying or not,
right,
still protect yourself, whether you're married or not? Where do you draw that line of trust?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to take those extra precautions, because you're right. Everybody has the right to be free. Everybody has the right to love who they want to love when they want to love them.
Absolutely.
But I feel like there should be a level of responsibility with sharing that with people so that they make the choice. Or I don't know, because I mentioned, you mentioned earlier that you're in love with a wonderful man, but every now and then you might want some pussy, right? So
right. And she knows, by the way, but yeah.
And he knows too.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you've been honest. You know what I'm saying? So that level of honesty brings a lot of,
respect and understanding.
Respect.
Absolutely.
But for those who feel like they're in a committed relationship, I know about those drugs, but you would think that if you're in a committed relationship, you're not even thinking about that.
Right.
What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I think that it's really a matter of knowing your partner. I mean, it's just as easy. Let me tell you something. A Black man hiding the fact that he is hooking up with another man is not the easiest thing in the fucking world to do, first of all. But you run the same risk. If you're in a relationship with a man, you're going to run the same risk of him being unfaithful. He can be unfaithful with you, with a woman. she could have something. She could have gonorrhea or chlamydia or something and bring that shit home. You know what I mean? So if a man's going to be unfaithful, he's going to be unfaithful. And I'm not excusing that or anything like that. But, you know, if you have concerns about the fidelity of your partner, then you should be having conversations with them. You know, I don't think that I'll ever be in a relationship where I won't get tested for HIV on a regular basis or get STD checks on a regular basis. I don't care if we together for 10, 20 years. I'm still going to still take ownership over my health. Not saying that I don't trust my partner or anything like that, but the responsibility for my health is ultimately mine. I can't expect anybody to, you know, tell me, hey, Kenny, you take your blood pressure today? Hey, Kenny, you taking your, I mean, nobody's going to do that shit. You know what I mean? So it's an individual, it's always going to be an individual. I will never relinquish that much control to anybody. So
I agree. I'm
very
with
good
you.
Point. Very, very good point, Mr. Rowe.
That is an excellent point.
Very good point.
Because every time I go, I'm like, bitch, where's test me for everything.
Everything.
Oh, well, Miss KiKi, you don't need, bitch, I need everything.
Everything. I need everything.
Well, I'm in a serious relationship and all that, but you never know. Test everything.
Absolutely.
So I've never played those games, ever.
Hey, KiKi, I'm looking at the time. So you got a few more questions before we wrap it up? It's 9:26. We're going to have Mr. Robot come back.
I would love to come back. I've had such a good time.
Oh, they said you need to come back for part 2 in the comments already.
Part 2. I feel like we didn't talk enough about penises.
They on the list. I hadn't even got there, but nightlife, the Shamers have a question that they want to ask you. So I'll let the damn Shamers get in there because I got a shitload of questions on this screen.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay.
So it was asked that you school the people on what it's called when a man smells like fish.
Oh, who asked? Oh, that's one of my crazy friends. I already know. Oh my God. So have y'all ever experienced a man that smells like fish before?
No, come on, Ebony and Ivory.
Oh my God. So I met this guy one time and he was fine. He was another fine guy. And he had his thing was like this. And it was uncut. And I had heard rumors over the years that he kept a pretty nasty house. So one day he came over to my house, he rode the train to my house, rode the train and walked from the train station. It was about 3 or 4 blocks from my apartment at the time. He got to my house, he was a ball of sweat, his shirt, just everything was sweaty. And he came to my house and I kind of was smelling like this hint of like fish. I was like, he's like, I'm gonna hop in your shower real quick. I was like, all right, I'll get in there with you. You know, I'm ready to get it started, you know. And I just kept smelling this smell. And we got, you know, I kept smelling, I kind of like I was washing it off. I kept smelling like where it was coming from. I kind of was washing it off with my hand and my hand was smelling like fish. And I was like, so I kept washing and trying to clean it off. We got in the bed. I'm getting ready to go to town. I'm getting ready to give him some, you know, some servicing, right? I was like, you know what? This is moving too fast. I can't do this. But because what it's called is smegma. And smegma is sort of like a fungus cheese thing that grows under the foreskin of a man who's uncircumcised. And it's a pretty natural thing, but you have to take extra precautions when you are cleaning yourself and wash it and make sure that you get it really good. So I, you know, like I said, this guy, I've heard rumors that he's not very, a couple people have told me this house was really dirty and stuff like that. So, you know, maybe he's just not doing enough of a good job to keep it clean.
Listen, I look under a nigga nails now. If you got fucking dirt shit under your nails, oh bitch, it's not going down.
Yeah.
Nothing on me.
And then you can always use the old school thing that your grandma taught you, the shoes. And everybody, grandma used to say, hey, always look at the shoes. And I should have known because his shoes was fucked up. I should have known. His shoes was run the fuck over.
Fucked up shoes.
So,
OMG. It was that nightlife.
Okay, so have you ever heard of particularly with gay men that there's a certain odor that their breath smells like?
I've never heard that.
Never heard that before.
Okay. All right. We'll leave that one alone. Thank you.
All right, damn Seamus.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Listen, they want the party. Producer lady now, I didn't even get into the sex questions.
I know, hit a few of them. Go ahead. Hit a few of them. Number 19. Go ahead.
Okay, 19. Does matter? And how do you master the extra longness? Because you did this little thing here, and the girth. Because it's the girth for me. The girl loved the girth. Okay. I don't necessarily have to have you hung like a horse. But like, how do you master that? Does size really matter?
Well, to some people it does.
Fuck some people.
I mean, aesthetically, it is very, very, very good to look at. It's just nice to touch. It's even nice to maybe give a little servicing to every now and again. I have to be honest with you, it's exhausting. Your jaws hurt. I mean, it's aesthetically, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But I mean, the anatomy of your body and where men do it with each other, it's not terribly comfortable. I have to be honest with you. It just isn't. You know what I mean?
You're talking the length or the girth?
Both can be very challenging. So does size matter? Not to me for the most part. I mean, I'm fine with average. Like I don't have a problem with it. But
what's average? How many inches?
In the gay culture, the average is 8.5. Average is 8.5. That's average. Average. For the most part, to most people might be like 7, but I tell you, some of these guys are. We call them size queens, and they want what they want and how they want it.
So which is better? Because you say you've been with a man and a woman, dick or pussy?
Well, I mean, I ain't never, as I've gotten older, I have really learned some tricks and tips on women. I haven't, over the last couple of years, I have really enjoyed it. There are perks to both. I love that a woman is always ready, it's always ready to go. With a guy, sometimes they gotta prepare and do a couple of things and so on and so forth. Is
the climax the same?
Is
the climax the same? When you bust the nut, does it feel the same whether it's dick or pussy?
They're different. They definitely are different. With a woman, I really like the women are a lot more, sensual and romantic and soft and stuff like that. And they kind of, and when you're behind it, they kind of put their head back like that and they grab you by, the neck and all that kind of stuff. And it's exciting. It gets me going. Guys, they talk a lot of shit. I love talking shit. I love hearing a guy talk nasty and stuff like that. And it's a lot more edgier, like a lot more rough and stuff like that. So it's really just whatever.
Like take that dick, like
shut the fuck up, take this shit. I'm gonna wear this out. And
yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so it's and then women are like, oh baby, you feel so good. Oh, give it to me.
Tell a bitch, take this dick. Shut the bitch.
Okay, all right. I think because I've been enjoying the sensual. Like I really enjoy the softness. When I'm with a woman, I really enjoy the softness and the sensuality and stuff like that. Women can be really romantic and I like that.
We get in their head.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
We fuck you in the head. We fuck with that mental.
Yeah.
I love it. What is the number one way to make a man come? I have not fucking mastered it.
Well, I tell you one thing. I've had some pretty bad experiences with women giving me oral sex. I have not had a good experience.
We're good at it. We're not good at it.
I'm not gonna say y'all are not good at it, but men definitely have you beat in that area. I'm gonna have to be honest with you. Just
really, what the fuck are they doing? Like, teach me.
Yeah, they doing a much better job. However,
why is they can deep throat? I mean, what is it?
I just think that I've heard women to say that when they're with another woman, women know how to eat pussy. Like they know exactly how to eat it. They know where to focus on. They know what to do. You know what I mean? So I think it's really the same thing with a guy. You know what I mean? We guys know exactly what areas of the shaft and the penis to focus on, and get you there. So I think it's not.
She's trying to get down the aisle like your ass.
Listen, it ain't not. Let me tell you, there's a woman out there called Superhead she dispels all of those rumors out there. So you all exist. Women exist that know exactly what they're doing. I just haven't come across any thus far.
Are niggas gagging on a dick?
It's just they ain't doing it right. They ain't grabbing the balls. They ain't.
No, but I'm saying, are men gagging?
Oh,
like
men. Yeah, they do.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So
they can't deep throat the way
They sure do. And the secret, let me tell y'all the secret. I'm gonna charge y'all for this thing.
The thumb?
Oh, you know it already. Oh, okay. All right.
Let me tell you, I almost said, bitch. I done tried that shit, and it's a damn shame.
Okay.
It don't work.
Okay, here's another tip then.
Tell everybody about the thumb. Explain that, because some of the damn shames might not know it.
Okay, come on.
The thumb, if you hold your thumb like that suppresses your gag reflexes. It's supposed to, yeah. And you know who taught me this shit? The damn doctor. The doctor taught me this. The doctor taught me this when I was getting my throat swabbed for, I thought I had strep throat. So that's what he told me.
Yeah. Was the doctor gay?
Well, the doctor knows my sexual history, yes. So we joke about shit like that all the time. I've been going to him since I was 21. So yeah.
Nice.
19 years. But here's another thing that women don't do enough. There's not enough spit. We need some more spit. All the spit. Yes. More spit. Get that mouth wet. The wet. Yeah.
What's that mouth do?
That mouth do. Hear me? Mm-hmm.
That's a damn shame.
Not enough spit.
Come on, ladies.
Yeah, so just a little bit, I haven't had oral sex from a woman in a while. The last girl that I hooked up with, she does not like to do it, but that's fine. You know what I mean? I can live with that. She don't like it.
All right, put nightlife. What we got?
Okay, what you mentioned things to prepare, for men before having sex. What are some of those things
that men do?
Yeah.
Well, you kind of chill on the food for a few hours. So yeah, you might want to chill on the food. No eating. You definitely don't want no damn Chipotle or no crazy shit like that. But techniques that people use, they use a fleet.
Cause you don't wait, hold up. The food thing, is it because you don't want to have gas?
Well, you don't want to have gas, but you want to try to have your system as empty as possible. You know what I mean? Like that's not something that I would ever suggest anybody do on a full stomach at all. Okay. You know what I mean? So you want to kind of, if at all possible, give it a few hours before, don't eat for a few hours before you decide that that's what you're going to do. Guys are really savvy with this shit. They'll let you know, hey, I'll be over there tonight at 7. So, hey, you need to make sure you eat before 4:30. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like sometimes it goes down just like that. You know what I mean? I'll be over there at 7, motherfucker. So get that shit out the way. But then there's a fleet, so there's several different kinds. You can take the fleet that you can get from the CVS. Some guys have like a shower attachment that you use, and they use it in the shower, and I've heard wonderful reviews about it. I don't want anything that damn complicated in my shower personally. And then there are really some other kind of like fiber pills that men take as well. I know of one. I don't want to promote nothing out here, but there's one that's really popular now that guys take.
Motherfucking what the fuck is this shit called? Metamucil.
Well, guys do take that as well. I've heard of guys taking that as well, and that's supposed to be the
Clean
same.
you out so that you can be ready to take it.
Exactly.
Well, let me tell you this, because when I do it, you have to talk a bitch through it. Like, you gotta be like, all right, you fucking relax.
Relax.
Wait in there. Like, are y'all saying relax?
Just
please?
It's really, here's the thing. It's really mental. It really, really is. You have to be really stimulated, really turned on. I mean, there has to be a connection.
It's a good ass orgasm now.
Yeah,
Good ass orgasm.
It can be, but I mean, it's really about you don't want to do something like that with somebody you just kind of lukewarm with. You just don't. You know what I mean? You don't, they're going to rush things. They're not going to be respectful. You know what I mean? It's not designed, that part of your body is not designed for that in the first place.
Yeah, so you have to be like, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Relax. Everything's going to be all right.
Coach you through it. Exactly. Then you have some people that just going to kind of ram that shit in there. And it's like, damn, bitch. Give me a second. Come on, relax.
You got to slow walk this shit.
Exactly.
Get the head in. Then, okay, all right, I can do this.
Yeah.
But even then, bitch, you ain't like ramming shit in.
Exactly. So
all right, Mr. Robot. Can you share your dictionary so we can get this head game down?
Wait, say that. Ask your question one more time.
It was asked that you share with us your dictionary.
Oh my goodness.
This head game down. I was told that you taught some ladies some years back.
Come on, Ebony and Ivory.
They getting on my nerves.
You ain't had them on the panel.
Well, she said that. I said, wait a minute. I said, let me do the inaugural voyage first and see how this go down, and then I'll see if I can bring y'all on. They
gonna bring their asses in.
Oh my gosh. The dictionary, I mean, it's in my phone. It's like, you know what? Actually, whoever asked that question, the dictionary has been I'm kind of phasing away from the dictionary because I got a man now and he don't like that I got the dictionary. So the dictionary was just basically dick pictures in my phone. And yeah, so one time I had to update my phone and it wouldn't let me update my phone because I had all these fucking pictures in there. And I was I could not update my phone at all. And I kept deleting pictures. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna delete this. It wouldn't update. So anyway, I just eventually cleared out all the pictures in my phone so I could update my fucking phone. So majority of them are gone. And then when I started putting some more in my phone, he had an issue. Why are you putting this shit back in your phone? Why you need this? So I don't want to hear nobody's mouth. So unfortunately, the dictionary has been somewhat retired. But I'll see what I can I'll see what I can find for part 2. But yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. I absolutely love Mr. Robot. Thank you for your transparency. We have an hour and fucking 45 minutes.
Oh damn. Is this your longest show?
The longest goddamn show. Probably because you are the longest. No. I love it. Thank you so much for your transparency. I cleared a full bottle of wine.
Oh, so good.
We're gonna have to end this shit before I had to say some more shit that ain't cool.
Okay.
But I do, and I hope that the damn shame community has garnered something from this level of transparency that you have provided. And I hope that this won't be the last time on Damn Shame Podcast, because
I'm happy to come back whenever I am asked, and next time I'm gonna bring you flowers.
Oh shit, man.
I got you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, the first day you're supposed to bring flowers, man. Bring
Yeah.
first day. Come on, get back to office.
Listen.
And I want to say one thing real quick. I want to give a shout out to the damn shamers. They have been in the comments all night, and it's been nothing but love. It's been nothing but people chiming in, laughing, saying
Good.
Stuff that just positive talk, positive energy. No shaming, no judgment. It's been a lot of love in the damn shame comments. So I just want to give a shout out to the damn shamers for having such a good conversation. A respectful conversation, and enjoying the topic, right along with our host tonight. So I just want to say I love them for that. It's been great.
Thank you.
Thank you, damn shamers. Thank you, Mr. Robot. Listen, every week we try to spotlight Black-owned businesses. So if y'all have not gotten the Damn Shame podcast on the rocks, drink recipe book, it is on Amazon.com. You can download the free Kindle app and you can view our ebook. I'm still working with the fucking printers to get the paperback version together. With COVID and the mailing system and all of that, it's been a delay, but it's coming. The paperback version is coming because motherfuckers like to see the damn recipes. But it's a drink recipe book that you all will thoroughly enjoy. I've gotten much feedback, positive feedback about this ebook. So make sure that you go online, Amazon.com, put in Damn Shame podcast, and the ebook will pop up. And you'll be able to enjoy some of the concoctions that both producer lady and I have put together. It's a lot of hard work, but we did that shit. And I'm happy about the end result of it. So get the ebook. The paperback book is coming. Also, if you haven't gotten your Damn Shame merch, get that. Mr. Robot, you want to promote a Black-owned business?
Yes, so I have a homegirl of mine. She does custom craft drinks. Her Instagram is DL Delicious Drinks, DLISHUSDRINKS. Delicious Drinks. She will make drinks. She will deliver them to you. If you follow her on her Instagram, she will. You can find out when she's doing another pop-up shop. She sells them right on the spot. So, and they're good. They're gonna get you nice and toasty.
Nice. Maybe we can partner with Damn Shame on the Rocks with her, and get at least one of the concoctions that are featured in our ebook. So I would love to have that happen. We support Black-owned businesses. So look, the Damn Shame Award of the week goes to, who would you say, Mr. Robot?
Oh my goodness. Shoot. I'm gonna give the Damn Shame Award to these people at Sally Mae that done called me this week, and I done told them that I'm in deferment and I ain't paying you. So make a note of my account. And I'm trying to see what the new administration gonna do. So
yeah, we're talking about forgiving some of them student loans. I need bitch need that. You need
exactly. That. So yeah.
Listen,
in the meantime,
my Damn Shame Award of the week goes to the motherfucker who is not keeping an open mind of their being sexually fluid. Okay, you have to keep an open mind. We don't have a heaven or hell to put anybody in. So we have to keep that open mind, have this level of discussions like here on Damn Shame Podcast platform each and every week. Y'all, we go live on Fridays on YouTube. You can watch us at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, I said every week, if you can't be good, you better be motherfucking great. There are no excuses. Y'all, we want to maximize every opportunity that we get. Okay? So it's your girl, KiKi. Thank y'all for tuning in. Al, thank you, Mr.